How's it going, everybody? It's Carpo. I'm buckling in, getting ready to head out. I don't make videos in the car very often, but I'm just going up to the grow shop to pick up some fertilizer, which I buy in bulk every few months. And I was thinking back, what got me wanting to make this video was thinking back to when I was a first-time grower, and every sprout meant so much to me. I mean, I was like, no wait, I'm gonna go this way, it's quicker. Every sprout meant so much to me, and I was just like enthralled by every bit of the process. I was taking pictures of all my sprouts, and how today it's just like overwhelming, all the crap I have to do to take care of my garden. You know, it's not that big, it's just a hell of a lot more work than I used to have, and it's because I put more care into it, and I know what I'm doing now. To an extent, you never quite learn it all. I'm a horticulturist, whatever. I do what I can, but the perspectives we have on having more. For example, the cannabis, I have now so much weed. I mean, it's just one of those things where I have more than I can possibly use. I never thought that I'd have a pound of pot just, at my disposal. I'm allowed to have 1.5 pounds, and I usually do have, well, at least, a pound around so I can, smoke at leisure. And that's so much weed when I was a kid. And it just seems like so much weed. And you think one day when I have that, oh my God, I'm going to be so stoked. But you're not. You're not. I'm just using pot as an example because I'm going to the grow shop. But this is about money, this is about finances, resources, everything. Jobs, finding other partners. Some people think the grass is always greener when you have more or something better. It just doesn't work that way. I've learned that through my personal experience as well as observing others, and I think most people would agree that this is why they may say money doesn't bring happiness, because we know that. Now, needless to say, we need money to survive. It's, we don't have to have money to survive, but it's good to have some sort of a resource or exchange. I mean, even when we were tribal, you still had to, contribute to the tribe. That's just how it was. And, so it may not be, perfect, but the point being that we have to live. So most of us have to have some sort of an income, and we start to think, if I had more money and I didn't have to work so hard, I'd be so happy. And I've been at that point. And it's funny because back when I was, a carpenter working for myself, making, I guess $40 an hour, that was a lot of money to me. And I did well with it, and but I spent money according to how much money I had. And that's the point I wanted to make, is that you live according to whatever means you can afford to live. People are always going to utilize the resources they have. It's kind of like somebody mentioned on a video the other day, how the story about people who won the lottery, and how it's crazy when poor people, a lot of stories of poor people who win the lottery and then spend all the money like right away. I mean, that's so common because they don't, and then they go back to living the way they were before, and it's not a bad thing. This is how it was for me when I went from being a carpenter making good money to being just unemployed, basically, again. And $20 started to mean so much. Back in the day, I'd spend $20 on anything. I mean, I'd just buy whatever I wanted, And you start to think that when you get to that point that you can never go back, and it's not true. Now, if you were born with money and you had money all your life and then you lost it, you might just be like, oh, devastated. But if you're prepared to not be attached to the money is really the most important point I'm trying to make. Not to be attached to the weed or whatnot. For my example with the cannabis, one day I might go back to having to buy eighths at a time. So be it, It's just how it is. We adjust and accustom ourselves to that. $20 right now, it's still like $20, or $100. It's it hasn't lost its luster, nor has even that one bowl of cannabis that I load, where I look at it and investigate it. But at the same time, earlier, another example that I was using for the cannabis thing, which inspired me yesterday to make this video, was when I went to load a bowl, and I pulled out a big nugget and I ripped off a huge chunk and I put it in the bowl. And every time I do this, it's overloaded and it's overflowing in the bowl. And I get bored with the bowl, so I pull it out and put it aside and get another one. You know, it's just how it is when you have a lot. And by that perspective, in the old days, I would have taken every little piece and broken it off small. Like if I had a bunch of tiny little buds, I would smoke tiny little buds. If I had big buds, I'd smoke big buds. It's just how it is. You do adjust how much you consume and waste according to, you know, not everybody. This is just my personal experience. I guess I can't really speak for everyone else. But here I am going to pick up, 2 gallons of fertilizer, which seems like a lot to me, because back in the day I'd buy like a quart at a time. However, in the place that I'm going, it's like a warehouse, and they have like 10-gallon jugs of this stuff that I buy. I'm just like thinking, okay, so there are growers out there who are looking back, thinking of when they had a few pounds, thinking, oh, that's nothing. I've got, a half a ton or whatever. It's just a crazy thing to me. Just perspectives. And that's why I choose to remain as humble as I can and not waste resources even though I have them, to not go overboard even though I have money. And I've learned to do that, to manage my time and my behavior, accustom my behavior and spending patterns, and remember the times when I had nothing. Because there were a lot of them. In fact, this is one of them right now. I don't really have that much money at this moment, but hey, I'm happy. The sun's shining, and what else can I say, man? So I hope you all have a great, fantastic, awesome, neato, super rad day. And it looks like I'm at my destination now. So I don't know how long that video ended up being. I guess it'll tell me how long it takes me to get to this damn place, huh? The grow shop. Oh yeah. The indoor garden center. Peace, everybody.